Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 24 of our Enigmatica 6 Expert Let's Play series, where we are wrapping up our dive into Tetra with our forge and getting ourselves a nice, sweet bow, and then starting Botania, so we can, keep progressing in our magic mods. Let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another day in the life of TheAndrata, in which it is raining today. So much fun. But that's okay, because we aren't worried about any of that, because we are going to be going and tetraing. So as you can see, what is unnervingly responsive? That's weird. As you can see, I have a lot of diamonds and redstone and iron and a bunch of stuff. Because, yeah, finding a forge was not easy. I just repaired my diamond pickaxe, and then, yeah, we got stuff to do. Let me go ahead and throw this stuff over here. Finding a forge was absolutely not a fun task, let me tell you. It took a long time, like quite a long time. I don't even know how long. That's how long it took, because I kept running into these things, the thermal cells, where we could get thermal cells and everything. I ran into 3 or 4 of these structures with the thermal cells, and eventually got to the point where I just stopped looting them because it was getting to become a pain. But we finally found a forge. Our transfer platform kind of, I don't know what happened here, and I hope it's still going to work going forward, but let's go ahead and pop over here and put this guy away. So a bunch of water fell down, and it's really quite annoying that it did, because it kind of ruined all of our lava here, right? However, it did allow me to find this here, which is seeping bedrock. Don't know what that does, don't know what it's used for, but it says we can hammer this into it, so we're going to do that real quick. Hammer into bedrock to extract minerals from below. So we're just going to hammer it. Bam. I don't know if it's doing anything. Like, do we need a chest on it or something? It just says hammer, and then we can put more of them, I think it says. Can be hammered in the same fracture, increasing yield. Nope, that didn't go in there. Hammer tier 4. Oh, look, it did. It's extracting. Oh, okay. Why doesn't this one tell me hammer tier 4 then? You're in seeping bedrock. Curious. I don't know what these things do, but it says they do stuff. So I'm like, I just want to know. You're there. Do I need to keep hammering it, or is it just like, oh yeah, I can just continuously smack this over and over again, but this one I can't do. And this says it's supposed to be able to go into seeping bedrock. So I don't understand what that's all about. Increased yield when placed on top of seeping bedrock. And it says it extracts minerals from below, but I don't know what minerals it's extracting. Is it like just regular items? Oh, it did something. Oh, we got a scoria. Oh, so it does. It randomly mines. Okay, cool. But hopefully these things still work. It is still showing up as yellow or orange. We can place this thermal cell in there and see if it's going to actually, or is it going to die because there's technically no lava there anymore. No, it seems to be working okay. Yeah, okay. All right, so our thermal platform still works. But let's go ahead and go to our forge. So this is our forge. I set up a ferro flare lantern here already. This is where we came from. I don't even know where we are. And I stopped using torches. I just kept eating Oreos because I got tired of putting torches down. So yeah, that's basically where we're at with this whole thing. But we have a workbench and a hammer. Hopefully this all works. I'm going to eat one of these just so that it's a little bit brighter in here. The ferro flare lantern hasn't ferro flared itself up 100% yet. And we have a bunch of loot. I didn't grab any of the loot that's in here. I wanted to wait for you guys to do so. So let's do that first. Grab the loot. See if there's anything good inside of here, because you never know. We could find something awesome. And then we'll open this up. So we'll take all of the metal scrap, a diamond, detector rail, gunpowder, another one of these chthonic extractors, whatever they do, fuel cell, Doesn't look like there's anything like crazy good. Gunpowder's nice to have though, especially since we have the that belt. Let's go ahead and put all of this stuff in here. And I got this thing, a planar stabilizer can be attached to a forge hammer, causes major modules crafted with the hammer to slightly improve the stats of the item. I don't know what that means, but I kind of like the idea of it, and it seems to be pretty rare, so we'll keep that out in our inventory. Combined with a stick and a crafting table, it uses a sword blade and a workbench to craft a powerful mining tool. That's kind of cool too. I don't know what that is, but we're gonna craft that. Open this guy up. There we go. I like getting all these like pistons. We got another stone cutter. And then there's this one. There we go. Good thing these aren't like trapped or anything. Yeah, look at all these chthonic extractor things, though. A combustion chamber can be attached to a forge to increase its hammer tier by 1, but using the hammer may set nearby blocks on fire. Okay. That sounds good to have, though. Let's go ahead and put all this stuff in this backpack. Everything but the lumium. Quick latch. Reveals related upgrade schematics while in the inventory. Okay. Don't know what that does. And that's a powerful mining tool. We're going to kind of keep these things on us, because we have upgrades that we can, apply. But we're going to use this for sure, and maybe this, and then we need 2 of our fuel things. Let's go ahead and put our backpack back, and then 2 of our full fuel cells, and that should be everything we need to be able to use this forge hammer. Is there any other crates or anything around here that we can break open? I don't think so. I think it was just these containers. Yeah, okay, cool. So here's our workbench, right? Just a standard workbench right now. Can't do anything special with it. However, if we add 2 fuel cells, I believe, so fuel cell and fuel cell, and then we add like this combustion chamber, which can set things on fire, and a planar stabilizer, we have completed the quest, the forge. So if I were to put our sword in here now, and I wanted to, I don't know, do something, I can't really. Oh, I can hone. Okay, we do have hone. Ooh, stone cutter. I don't know what that means though. I don't want to do that. Yeah, let's just hone damage again. And look, it says we need a tier 3. We have a tier 6 hammer available. That's what that means. So we can go ahead and do that. And now we have a honing built. And remember, though, it can catch things on fire. So we got to kind of be careful not to catch ourselves on fire. But otherwise, I don't know what else there's going to be wrong. What is the purpose of this stuff? You make a hollow sphere. Other than that, that's all you do. Okay, so we really don't need that metal scrap. But let's go ahead and upgrade our bow, right? So we wanted to get our bow, and we wanted to change this into a recurve, and we want to use lumium for it. Requires a tier 5. We have tier 6 available. It's going to increase a lot of stuff. We're going to take that. Did we catch fire? We did not. Okay, so this is what our bow looks like. Ooh, fancy. I wish we had arrows. We could test out the speed before we did anything else fancy to it, but that's okay. And then for our string, a release latch. Repurpose a quick latch into a release mechanism for the bow, which makes it easier to consecutively loose arrows. Automatically. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted. Oh, so this is a crafting thing? Like we can only get this from finding it? Oh, well, that was super lucky. We were just talking about that. Yeah, I want a release latch on that. So now, okay, release latch is there. And then we can upgrade our string for phantom string. Oh, it's going to remove the release latch, though? Okay, so I don't want to do that then. So the release latch is the item. However, we can enchant this with the endless quiver. And that would have endless quiver on it now. Do we want that to go onto there, or do we need to go here? It cannot go onto there. Okay, so that can only go onto the string. But that's what we want to do, is put endless quiver on this. That's what we're here for. Now, if we ever upgrade this string, though, are we going to lose the enchant? I don't want, Release latch 1. Should I have upgraded the string first before I did the release latch thing? It's going to take this off. That's kind of a bummer. Did I mess that up by putting that on there? And there's nothing else we can yeah, I think I might have messed that up by putting that release latch on so early. What are the odds we're going to find another one of these? That does just increase the durability, and it actually adds to the draw time. So maybe it's not even worth doing. Let's take a look. We have our hollow sphere, though it's going to be annoying having it in our inventory right now because it's going to be yelling at us. Let's go to bowstrings, basic string, and we're going to sort by, I guess, magic capacity is probably what we would want. Twined femtomembrane, or twinned femtomembrane, or maybe it is twined. So mana string would give us the highest, or just leather. Okay, so I guess I'm not super concerned about the string. But let's just do the enchant then and get the endless quiver on here. Bam, because that's what I want. That's the whole goal of this. And then we could always upgrade this even farther with other enchants too. But that's basically where we're at. What I should do is go home, get some obsidian, and upgrade our hammers to the 5th tier. Do I have any obsidian on me? No. But we can go home. Let's not use a level for it. Grab some obsidian. And we're going to go ahead and craft one of these diamond arrows, because that should we should have infinite diamond arrows. We just need one of them. Let's put the rest in here. Now, if we take a look at our bow, look at that. Oh, look at that. I just got to hold the button and it fires 2 at a time. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty quick. It's not the quickest, but randomly firing it does increase the hone too, so we can just randomly fire. And then lumium is going to be our repair material for it, so we can go ahead, we have plenty of lumium. So I got obsidian. I have our hammer. Do I have our second hammer? Yes. I have 1 end rod. It says that we need an end rod for it. So where is the end rod? End rod. I have an end rod, don't I? Did I put it in here? I had an end rod. Am I just not seeing it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I am. I'm just not seeing it. Okay. There we go. We can go back to our forge. We can upgrade our hammers. And then that's going to basically wrap our Tetra-ing up for the time being. Obsidian, tier 6 hammer is what we need. So we're going to craft that. We're going to do hammerhead, obsidian. It would exceed the item's integrity, so we're going to have to replace the handle. Basic handle with an end rod handle. Bam. Just don't bring it by a enderman, apparently. And then hammerhead, obsidian. And we have now turned this into a tier 5 hammer. And I guess technically we don't need this second hammer anymore, because this counts as a tier 6 hammer. But that should have completed the quest for this, right? So we did the forge. We did forge upgrades, gets us tectonic grenades. Thermal cells. I do have 2 of those. Why haven't we picked that quest up? I'm pretty sure I have even 2 more. Okay. Interesting. Maybe I should keep I can keep all the Tetra stuff in here. That would actually not be a bad idea, because I'm going to have to work on it here anyway. So these metal scraps can come over here. Let me clean out my inventory. We'll be right back. Okay, I accidentally did the thing again where I sorted my inventory while I was inside of this thing. But I found this other thing apparently I didn't notice. The Earth Piercer. Oh, and by the way, yeah, our diamond arrow we still have. So that means our bow is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, which is not run out of arrows. But we have the earth piercer and the stone cutter, which is combined in a stick with a crafting table or uses a sword blade, and then the same thing here. So I'm kind of curious as to what that's going to look like. So let's go ahead and go home because I don't have a stick or a sword or anything like that to use with this. But we can do this, and then we can do this, and it just says combine the two. And that gets us a stone cutter, and this gets us a... with 2 sticks, this gets us a earth piercer. So I'm going to assume the earth piercer is probably a shovel. It sounds like a shovel, at least. Like, what does it do? It says powerful earth piercer, flimsy handle, and then this is stone cutter. Like, what's so fancy about you guys? Let's go pop down here, I guess, back to our forge. If we pop it in here, does it do anything special? Stone cutter? Nope, this is just like a regular sword. And then this is going to be a spear is what it's called. So what makes these things so fancy? It's an artifact. Like if I were to use my stone cutter here. Oh. Oh. Ho, ho, ho. Okay. All right. Look at that. Look at this thing go. Okay, so that is kind of cool. It kind of like just goes crazy around you. Okay, I like that. That is actually pretty nifty. And then the earth piercer, I'm going to assume probably does the same for dirt. Now, if I put this in here, what is our repair cost for this? The repair is a stone cutter. So we don't really have extra stone cutters, which is kind of a bummer. But, I mean, we do have one. So I'm not going to go ahead and use these. We're going to put them away. But that's still cool, right? It's a cool mechanic. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of this that we just picked up. I also need to check and see how many of these geodes I ended up getting. I put them all in our inventory. They're not like super common, but they're also not like super rare. So we should have a few at home. But yeah, so that's where we're at with Tetra. That's our basic Tetra. We got our recurve bow, which is what I wanted. We got quests done, lava bucket, another blacksmith's delight. Let's go home because we're gonna fill up our inventory with all of these rewards. So we got a bunch of stuff. I got a dino blade, heavy obsidian blade. My blade's better. We're gonna put that away. This away. I kind of want to throw one of these tectonic grenades and see what it does, but we need to clean up inventory and then come back and collect our quests. Okay, so inventory cleared up. Let's collect our quests. So that's experience. We don't want that. Tier 5 is going to get us an alchemist delight, and then tier 6 is going to be netherite ingots, and we're going to need to get to a tier 7 in order to craft this, right? So we'd have to find more of those combustion things, I guess. I'm assuming that's how that works. But this is going to get, or if we get 2 star metal, it allows for higher tiers in Tetra, bows in particular. This is going to be salvage. Stonecutter is going to get us a planar stabilizer. Another one. Kind of don't want to collect them. That's going to get us an empty thermal cell. This is going to get us a combustion chamber. So increases the hammer's tier. I'm curious, how does that work? Like, how many of these can I attach? Because there's only 4 sides, and 2 of them require the they require you to have the thermal cells or the fuel cells. So, like, how does that exactly work? Look at all this. I just got a bunch of free arrows, and since we have infinite arrows, we have infinite of all of these arrows. That's pretty awesome. The Demon Street of Fleet Feet. Is that how that works? So, like, we have infinite explosive arrows. That's kind of cool. Regular arrows, of course. Slowness, let's keep one of those on us. And then like our lightning arrow. Bam, we just got infinite of those. We can craft as many lightning crafts as we want. Gunpowder can go away. So like when I want, you know, a specific type of arrow, I can just swap out in my inventory. And then we have our bow that we can shoot with. So it's like explosive arrows. That sounds cool to like blow something up with. Of course. I mean, what else would you do with an explosive arrow? Kind of want to like fire it, you know, away from my base, but like if I... That's cool. I ran into a tree. So that's the explosive arrows that we have. And then, you know, we have infinite lightning arrows, so we can just call down lightning wherever we want. Though we kind of don't want to do that because it's going to light everything on fire. Probably not a good idea. But we have infinite lightning arrows now for lightning crafting, and then diamond arrows are just, they're fairly high damaging arrows. Let's see what these tectonic grenades do. Bam. That actually is a pretty decent, like, decent explosion, I would say. This is the temple, by the way, back at the beginning that I said I explored, and then I ended up hitting the tripwire and blowing up the whole floor of it. So, yeah, that's fun. Not. We don't need these. We can go ahead and put all this junk away. Look at all this dirt that we ended up getting and all of that. And I need to go charge my flux capacitor because it looks to be dead. Yes. But that's Tetra. You know, that's our Tetra. That's the farthest I've ever gotten in Tetra. And I'm content with where we are with it for now. And then we can, you know, if we wanted to eventually move into higher tiers once we unlock netherite and everything, we absolutely can do so. But that's a good jump into Tetra. Our next step would be to, like, you know, we need to upgrade our belt, but we can't do that until we get shulker shells, and that's going to enable us to get more stuff. Oh, what is this? Unbreaking 4, Outlaw 5, and Frostwalker, Smite, Pedestal Area, and True Shot. That is 3, this sword, pedestal, and a bow enchant. So that's kind of a bummer because it doesn't really get us everything that we're going to need. Or, I mean, they're 2 different areas that they belong to. So, but yeah, so let's continue on with our, you know, what we've been doing before this, which was magic. Get back into magic. Now, if we need to do any lightning crafting, I don't have to worry about it. We have infinite lightning crafting capabilities, and I like it. The only one downside to these to Tetra tools is that we can't use the mythic enchants. We can apply them to it, but we can't get the unbreaking. Only major bummer there. But I believe, yeah, if we break these, we just get we get gold leaf out of it. So, like, let's do that. Now, can we convert this into the brilliant fiber, or do we need to, like, we can't do that. So I need to chop down these trees is basically what it looks like, and then plant more, and then do this again if we need more of this brilliant leaf, which I'm imagining we are going to. But that's probably going to be enough for the time being. Let's go to Nature's Aura and zoom in. Okay, so Gold Leaf is going to get us a Nature's Aura loot box and a Scavenger's Delight, which got us ancient logs from Nature's Aura and some bricks. Okay. So our next step here is going to be to set up the Ritual of the Forest. The Ritual of the Forest is the basic for all magic to come. It draws its power from the sacrifice of life at the heart of the ritual. Place your sapling last to prevent it from growing before the rest of the ritual is prepared. Refer to the Book of Natural Aura for specific instructions on building the ritual. Note, Enigmatica 6 has replaced the default saplings used as a result of interactions with other mods preventing their growth being detected. Quark saplings used in their place are always detected and may be found uncommonly in the world with a bit of exploration. May also be purchased from the market, which is why it gives you a market. And that is also the next step when we look at our apprentice. That is the next goal here, is the Ritual of the Forest. So we need to go ahead and create these wooden stands, and we need a total of 8 of these. Okay, wow. It's quite expensive, to be honest with you. That is 24. No, 12 gold inlay. That's cheap. And then living wood wall is going to require living wood. So we need to get into Botania to be able to progress any further. So let's go ahead and head home. Put this brilliant gold leaf away. Put the ancient logs away. Not entirely sure what those are really used for. And we need to finally dive into Botania. We've kind of done this side of the chain. Now we need to do this side, though. We could get into that mod. What is that called? Astral Sorcery, if we wanted to. We just need to set up the linking tool with the magic workbench. And the linking tool is a rock crystal with all of these ancient wood rods. Oh, good thing that we got those ancient wood rods. We're going to add that to our to-do list. Anyway, back to what we were doing. So we need to get into Botania. So we need to go ahead and make ourselves the Petal Apothecary, which is going to be this recipe here inside of our enchanting apparatus. So let's go ahead and grab all the stuff we're going to need for that. So we're going to need a andesite pedestal. That's not going to work. We need polished andesite slabs, because polished andesite Okay. So that is going to be regular polished andesite and then some slabs. Okay. That's those. Then we're going to need some phytogrow, 2 of those. Starting to run low on that. We're going to have to remember how we made that. The cooking pot we have over there, pewter inlay, lapis dust. All right, let me grab all this stuff. You don't need to see me click these buttons a million times. We'll be right. Okay, we have everything set up out here. I believe we should have enough source, potentially. All we gotta do is place our cooking pot in the center and let it do its craft. I did make more conduits, by the way. I think I made like 6 more or something with all those Nautilus that we had. So we have that going for us. But we have our petal apothecary, which just requires us to get some water into it, which we have a infinite water source at home inside our base, right? Have an infinite water source here? Yeah, so we can set this up right here for now. So we have water. All we need to do is grab a bucket. Well, actually, we don't even need that because we have an infinite source of water right here. MLG YOLO. And that's Botania, folks. So we have our petal apothecary, which opens us up into the Botania book, as long as I do this, which is going to get us a pestle and mortar. And then, oh, I guess it wants us to make any kind of Botania flower or pick up any kind of Botania flower. Let's request all of those, all of those, all of those. Does they have to all be of the same type? No. Okay, cool. So that gets us the flower quest done. And then if we pick this back up, that'll get that quest done. Right? And then we have to make our pure daisy. Yes. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what is the pure daisy recipe. I believe it's another conduit. But then this will let us start getting into living wood. Yes. So phytogrow, any kind of white petal, and then conduit. Flower pouch. What are you? Oh, you hold all the flowers when we're out and about? That's actually, I never knew that before. That's quite convenient. I don't know why it flung out of my inventory, but it's quite convenient. So let's do flowers, and we need mystical white flowers. And we don't have enough of them, but we do have shears. So we can grow them and get some bone meal. Plenty of bones now. I know I can make bone meal better over in the other area, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. If I mill it, it'll make more. We'll just get a stack of it and we'll be good to go. Okay, so if I take these mystical white flowers and I turn them into petals, we'll save the one just to be safe. And if I plant these down, and then we bone meal them, we can then shear them. Into the tall version, which is then going to get us 4 flowers or 4 petals each. So you can already see we've doubled our flowers or our petals. And this is basically the way to, if you ever need more, just make sure you use shears. But you can do that. And then that turns into another 16, and we have 28 white petals, which is exactly, well, it's not, it's more than what we need, but we're good to go, essentially, is what that's saying. So we need that. We need a conduit, and then we just need a piece of phytogrow, throw it into there, and we are good to go with, I'm assuming it's still seeds as the catalyst. Our last phytogrow and a conduit. Oh, I made 6. Maybe less. I don't even remember. It was a little while ago. So we throw all this stuff into here. 1. Didn't mean to do that either. Okay, let's not do that. Give me all that stuff back. Okay, let's try this again. Let's do 4 of you. We're going to do you, you, and you. And then you. And there we go. We have our pure daisy. And we can now go ahead and set this guy up somewhere like so. And we can pure daisy stuff. And what are we going to pure daisy? Well, we're going to turn stuff into stuff. And our goal is living wood. If you remember, we have living wood set up right here. How do we get living wood? Well, we need flourishing archwood to be converted over. We're also going to need living rock at some point. And that is going to be Sunstone, apparently, from Architect's Palette, which is made in Firmament in a natural altar. Wow. Okay. And a bunch of prismarine. Oh, my goodness. Needs to be a block of iron, so we're going to have to do some custom generating. Can we get into pedestals? Not at all. Because these require pixie dust. Yeah, that's quite far. So we do have ectoplasm. If we can get a pedestal going, and then, oh, but that still requires living rock, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, we can go ahead and set this up. I'm going to get it going before we end this episode so we can actually start next episode off to a great start with Botania and start, doing the things that we need to do. So let's grab ourselves some of that flourishing archwood, which we have a lot of. So what I tend to do when I set these up is to set them up so that we can use a wand to place. So I want to dig this out. 4, and then we'll leave these 4 for the living rock. But what we're going to do is just place this stuff like so. And then we can use a wand to auto place it again. But we're going to see this is going to start converting over soon. This is the right stuff, right? Oh, flourishing archwood wood. Oh, are you kidding me? Let's Alt X, get our ads. Apparently I got to convert 4 into 3, which is fantastic. Great conversion here. So then we're going to do this, and then we can wand it up. And I can show you if I have my wand, yes. Then we can just do this, and it auto places for us. And we'll do the same with the living rock when the time comes, and we can put the shiver stone or the sunstone or whatever it is down. Thought that there was a wandering trader we had somewhere that was selling me sunstone. We need to set up a villager hall. Is there like a villager? There is a trading post, I believe. So that way it's on our to-dos. The trading post is like an AoE trade mechanic thing. Anything on our to-dos I can get rid of? Not particularly yet. So yeah. Anyway, this is going to do its thing. We're going to wrap up today's episode here. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.